Sometimes when you're playing a game, do you ever suspect that the developers just threw things into it and giggled to themselves as they imagined how hard you're going to rage at it? Well, if anyone from JV Games Inc. is watching this review right now, I want to tell you that you're a sick bastard, and I hope you choke. It's that exact feeling I got when I played through the Game Boy Advance version of 007 Nightfire, an EA Games publication that is probably overshadowed by the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox versions, and probably for good reason. There's no doubt in my mind that every 007 game that follows GoldenEye, one of the greatest shooters of all time, will always have the harshest light shined on it because of GoldenEye's cutting-edge excellence in both the single-player and multiplayer experience it gives you, adding to its replayability even today. But in this case, Nightfire is in desperate need of polish, maybe a couple cans worth, especially when it's blown up from its tiny GBA environment onto a big screen TV. I mean, the pixels look like freaking Lego blocks. The plot behind Nightfire is simple: stop the bad guy from destroying the world while cooperating with beautiful females that are just as dangerous and skilled as you are. And let me tell you, I really don't know how I'd get through this game without some stupid bimbo strafing in front of me while I try to shoot bad guys. My beef with this version of Nightfire goes further than that, however. I had to find out how to switch weapons on mistake by holding down the B button and pressing a trigger, which I actually kinda like. What I don't like, however, is only being able to aim in a straight line, since the left and right triggers are reserved for strafing. In the first stage, I had a fair amount of trouble simply clearing it. You do have to do some covert operations in this game, but really, it's about satisfying a certain set of parameters to clear the stage and move on to the next. In other words, it's not good enough just to beat the level. You must clear the stage with at least a bronze rating, and after about 2 or 3 tries, I swear I earned gold status. But I suppose beating the level under 4 minutes is simply not good enough. As I mentioned before, the graphics blown up to a big screen size are below par, but similarities to Wolfenstein and Doom are pretty hard to ignore, with big cardboard cutout enemies running towards you and changing position about as fluidly as a concrete block. It's a little thing that makes me nostalgic and earns brownie points simply because of this fact. Nightfire's level design is definitely in need of some polish, but is actually decent in all its multi-tiered glory. My favorite part about this game is the James Bond flair and the in-between dialogue, full of innuendos and overtones that represent James Bond, and his almost comic smoothness with the ladies. Nightfire is probably for the more patient gamer on a budget, as you can pick up this cartridge for your GBA for a low price nowadays. However, after a few cracks at the advanced version of this, you'll most likely be wishing that it was GoldenEye all over again.